What's up, you guys? It's Matt here. So we need to talk about AMC a little bit. We need to break down what my exit plan will be. We also need to look into what happened today because obviously the markets pulled back, whether it was in the crypto market or the stock market. We understand that markets pull back. It doesn't scare me. What I look at is a buying opportunity at that moment, seeing it at a low price. Obviously, you see it as something that you can capture and continue to grow, continue to add on to that position so you can add more money to your portfolio. But anyways, make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, guys, if you want to follow me on Twitter, feel free to follow me on Twitter. I do have updates to everything, stock and crypto related. So feel free to do that over there. It does help out, as well as I can get the word out to a lot of people because YouTube doesn't send out all of my notifications. Also, I have a 24-hour live stream going on with, the Burn channel, the Shiba Burn channel. So if you're a fan of Shiba Inu, feel free to go over there and, join the fun. At least comment a little bit and let people know that you're there, like the video, do all that stuff. But, that will be there, and we need to play another ad so we can generate revenue to burn off. So yeah, feel free to go and check that out. But what we need to do first is talk about AMC. We're going to start with the Ortex data. Currently, the short interest free float is at 21.13%. You could see that here. You do see that they borrowed about 2.7 million shares, and about 1 million was returned, which is a short interest change of almost plus 1%, right? Plus 0.76%. You do see utilization still maxed out. Cost to borrow at 1.16. You see days to cover at 2.37, and shares on loan, we're looking at 116 million. If we look at the short volume, the amount of short volume that we saw yesterday as of the 17th, we could see that we were at 65% short volume. Average for the last 30 days has been over 60%. 61% is absolutely crazy. So just know that this isn't short interest. This is basically them jabbing at us multiple times, saying, we want to short this. We're going to short it a heavy amount. You react to it, they react to it and start to, sell the position, and then they short the position again. And then we see it end up selling again, people sell again, then they short the position again. It's just a never ending cycle as they continue to attack it. So it's just ridiculous when we look at it. Let's go ahead and look at the price of AMC, where we actually stand. We are seeing it in the after hours market right now being up about a 0.5%. We did see today we were down about $1 or 5.5%. We were up a little bit, but then everything really started to pull back. Even some things that were up a hell of a lot more, like Zomedica, that was up 10%, is now down by like 5% or so, which is absolutely crazy. But if we look at what did happen in the day, if you want to look at this, we're looking at the 5-minute chart, and we're also looking at the 1-minute chart. I will bring up the month chart because I feel like the month chart is something we really need to look at. But if you look at the hour or the minute chart, right? If you look at the minute chart, you're going to see that we did see a little bit of an increase. I thought we were going to see a bounce, and we ended up resisting at the 200 EMA, falling down and then consolidating down at this level, $17 level, which I felt like we were going to see that close around 17. It's good to see that increase a little bit, and we closed closer to 18 than 17, which is definitely a really, really good thing. We had 31 million shares worth of volume today, which is not the worst thing we could have had. It's a decent amount of volume. Actually, it's kind of average at this point. We've seen such high volume that this has become kind of the norm for us, seeing 30 to 40 million shares worth of volume, which you didn't see before all of this took place, right? But you're seeing a lot of the volume be short volume, right? The amount that they're shorting is 60% on average the last 30 days. So if they're shorting that much, then obviously something's wrong there. You could see here that I expected February to be a positive month. After seeing all of these negative months here, I expected to see a bounce off the 200 EMA. That's the least it could have done, but it still continues to drop down based on speculation of what's going on with, Ukraine, what's going on with inflation, what's going on with all this other news that's coming out that's really affecting the market. A lot of government news that's really affecting the market in a big way, and institutions reacting to that is going to be something that does affect it in a large way. Now, I expected this to be a good month. We still are not over in this month. We could see some positivity. We've seen AMC run out of nowhere in a matter of one day, catch up and grow by 50%, and then all of a sudden we're back in it, and it looks like a grand slam month. So we'll see how this does play out. But right now, it's not looking too good. It's looking like it's finding a way to hold around that 200 EMA, which is definitely a good thing, showing it has a lot of strength around that level. But we definitely know that this should be a lot higher. It did surpass 20 multiple times this week. So again, we'll see what it's going to be. But let's focus on the thing you came here for, which is really to understand what my overall plan is with AMC. I know a lot of people talk about their plan, and I've talked about my plan in the past, basically giving you an understanding that this is not my absolute concrete plan, but this is something what it looks like, right? And I think you should model your plan the same way. If you guys want this spreadsheet, feel free to let me know over on Patreon or on the Discord group, and I can break that down for you. I have the spreadsheet. All I have to do is put it in a file or save the file and then put it in Patreon, and I can easily give you that. So currently what you're looking at is you have the price, you have the starting shares, you have the unrealized gains. You have the, I don't know why it's modeled after my Shiba Inu, so it says coins sold. So I would say shares sold at this point. So let me update that to shares sold at this point, and that's where you would update that in order to basically say when you would sell your shares and how much you would end up getting. So if you end up getting to $100, I'm sorry if you hear a crying baby upstairs. She is crying, and she always cries for everything. Literally one thing's out of place and it's over. But that's how toddlers are. Anyways, we're not here for that. We're here for AMC. So if you look at this, basically at $100, you can sell 200 shares, which would get you to or $20,000, and then you can basically move down the list. And I have 908 shares. So obviously it says coins here because it was modeled after my Shiba Inu spreadsheet, and I didn't update that. I quickly updated this spreadsheet, but you can see here that I sell another 200 coins at $200, which would give me another $40,000, a total of $60,000 that I can put to other areas, or I can wait for it to possibly pull back to put it back in at the lows, right? And then I see some other levels to where 500, I may take like 100 shares, I was going to say coins, and get $50,000, which total I would look at about 110,000 that I could eventually put into at the lows, or I can put into other positions that I see out there. Now, this is not like crazy life-changing money, right? $100,000 is not crazy life-changing money. I've seen it before. I've had it before. It's nothing new, but it is something that you can put in other areas to gain you more interest. And it's just playing more of the safe route. And then you start to have your 408 shares that are left. What this possibly could happen. So I wanted to take this just in case we do see a pullback somewhere around this level. So I expect to take another 100 around the $1,000 level, not all of it. And that'll get me $100,000, which total I'll have about $210,000, at which if it does end up pulling back pretty hard, I'll start taking some on the way back. And then what will happen is if I see any opportunity when it comes to shorted shares, I will end up putting a lot back in at the bottom in order to wash, rinse, and repeat, right? But if it does continue, I will sell 300 at around 5,000, and that will get me about 1,005 or 1.5 million. So I'll have a total of 1.7 million over time, and that's not absolutely crazy. It is ridiculous for the amount of shares you have, but it's not a ridiculous amount like saying if this gets to 5,000, I have 900 shares. Obviously, I'm looking at a much bigger price point. But I definitely see this finding a way to go higher, so I will hold 8 shares to see what it can be. And if it finds a way to get all the way up to $50,000, that's when I will end up taking the rest of it, where I will take 8 and get an extra $400,000 off of 8 shares of AMC, if that ends up happening. Now, if it ends up falling back, right, I will sell my 8 shares somewhere around here, and then everything will be good. So if you guys want this spreadsheet, feel free to let me know because I can put it in the Patreon. If you want to join the Patreon, I have the Shiba Inu spreadsheet over there. And you can get all the spreadsheets that I built, which I build a lot of spreadsheets to basically give you an exit strategy or something like that. But this is what it currently looks like. This is sort of the structure. I'm not saying that it's exactly the structure, but this is what it's sort of like. So I wanted to give you an understanding of exactly what my plan is. I think selling on the way down is not the best plan, because if you sell on the way down, that's where everybody's going to sell, and it's going to start to gap down. And when it gaps down, the next gap is going to be even lower. It's going to be even lower, and it's going to be so tough for you to sell anything at that moment that you have to take bits and pieces on the way up. And we will see how everything plays out. But I definitely think it can get up to 5,000. Pushing past that, it can make it past there. But the problem is that people are going to see the gains that they have with the thousands of shares that they have, and they're going to end up making these moves. And who knows, I might have more than 908 shares at that moment. I might before it ends up increasing, because right now it's at $17, and that's a really low price. So you let me know what you think about this overall strategy. I understand that people don't like hearing that you would make any type of sell on the way up, but that's the way that you have to do it. You have to piecemeal it. You can't just take all of it, because completely taking all of it is like someone having a coin and ripping the liquidity out, right? It's going to collapse everything. You're going to see gap downs, and then nobody's going to be able to get out besides the large holders that find a way to that understand exactly where the gaps are, or where the halts are, and somebody that's really strategic could probably get out while the normal investor can't. So I want to make it easy on you. If you have any type of strategy, or you want to build a strategy, this is the way that you do it. Feel free to let me know if you want it. Make sure you guys hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit the notification bell for more videos like this one. Also, make sure you check out some of the links down below. Feel free to check out my 24-hour live stream, which is not going to be absolutely 24 hours, but it will be until I go to sleep tonight, and then I will cut it off, and then I will restart it after my live stream tomorrow morning. So we'll keep doing that. It's going to be labeled as 24-hour live stream just because it's better for the algorithm. But I'm going to get out of here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.